Okay guys, so are you looking to start your own online marketplace but without dealing with all the technical side of things? Well, if this is the case, let me introduce you to Dokan Cloud. And as you can glean from its name, it's a cloud solution that helps you build marketplaces without hassle. You don't even need to set up your own server, and you don't even need any coding skills either. It's super intuitive and easy to use, and you'll be ready to start earning money very fast as well. And not long from now, you'll enjoy looking at your dashboard and see your sales report. How many new customers, how many orders, and most importantly, how much you've earned. So who is this for exactly? Well, anyone wanting to build a marketplace the easy way. And this could be anything, literally. It could be auto parts, B2B, B2C, fashion, electronics, digital, food, furniture, grocery, jewelry, healthcare, handicraft, local businesses, service marketplaces, subscription, and they keep adding features continuously. And very soon you'll be able to create an auction, booking or rental marketplace as well. So today I'll walk you through everything step by step so you can get your marketplace live and start racking in profit. And the best part is that you can start completely free today thanks to their 14-day free trial and follow along with me. Okay, let's get started. Very good. So welcome to Dokan Cloud. So what is the main purpose of Dokan Cloud? Is to simplify the e-commerce journey for everyone. So this is going to provide you your complete e-commerce solution to sell anything, anywhere. And here's the key, is to build your own store in minutes. So this is a cloud solution again, and this will allow you to build your website in literally just a few minutes, as we shall demonstrate. So let's address the price first. Excellent. So there are two different options. You have shop and marketplace. So basically a shop, it's an e-commerce selling your own products, and a marketplace is when other people, other vendors can come to your website and sell on your platform. So that's basically the difference between the two. So today, this is what we are going to cover, how to build your own marketplace without requiring any technical skills. So we have 4 different plans here. As you can see, you have basic, growth, scale, and plus. And as you can see, you can start from just as little as $1 per month for the first 3 months, and then you revert back to the regular price, which is only $69, $129, and $3.99. Now the best part is you can start for free. So to me, the most advantageous one is this one here, because you have unlimited vendors. So depending on how busy you want your platform to be, how many vendors you want to be able to sell on your website, well, feel free to select any of those. So the scale to me is the most advantageous, like I said. And again, you can try it for free for 14 days. So all you have to do now is to click on this button here. So obviously I'm already registered. So all you have to do after this is simply log into your account. Very good. So this is your Dokan Cloud dashboard, and this is where all your website will be displayed. So obviously we have none at the minute. So what we need to do first is to create a new site. Okay, so click on this button here. So right here, you need to select whether you want a marketplace or a standalone shop. So this is basically to create an e-commerce website. But again, in our case, this is a marketplace. We need to give it a name. So Mr. Web, and I'm going to say Mr. Web Tech. Okay, so let's say we're going to sell all items related to technology. And right here is going to create a subdomain for us automatically. So basically, this is a temporary address that you can change further down the line. Don't worry, I'll show you how to do that later in this video. And then now all you have to do is to create your marketplace. There you go. As you can see, our store is being created, and it should only take a few seconds. As you can see, this is done already. So let me zoom in a little bit, and there you have it. As you can see, this has been created in just literally a few seconds, and now we can start configuring everything top to bottom, start to finish. So we have an onboarding process here. So the first step is to set up the general settings, set up the payment method, payouts, and then the shipping. Okay, so let's go through those steps together. So general settings, let's start with this. Very good. So the first step is to enter all the basic details. So these are pretty self-explanatory. The only thing you need to pay attention to is the site currency. As you can see, by default, it's in euros for me because my IP is based in Ireland, so in Europe. But you might want to change this to US dollars or British pound, whichever currency you trade in. Obviously, make sure your email address is correct here, because this is where all your notifications will be sent anyways. Okay, so click save. So scroll down the page. So your marketplace visibility. So as you work on your website, do you want it to be public, private, or coming soon? That's really up to you. I would highly recommend that you put it as coming soon so no one can access it. Again, click save, and then scroll down the page, and these are all your units. So is it metric, imperial, is it kg or gram, and then centimeters, millimeters. Obviously, if you're going imperial, you have to select pounds and ounces, and here inches and foot. Okay, so I'm going to use metric myself. Okay, and then save again. So back to the top, you go to your business details, so enter your details here. Simply, you enter your domain here. So at the minute, like we said, we have a temporary domain name, and we'll change this towards the end of our video once the marketplace is created and fully up and running. Okay, so the branding here, this is your own colors, your logo and your icon. So you have to upload that. So I'm going to do that with you now. So upload image. And then from here, upload file, and then select your files. Okay, so you're going to need your logo and also the fav icon, so you can upload both at the same time. So open, very good. And then for the logo, I'm going to select this one here, select. And for the icon, I'm going to select this one here and then select. Okay, and then the brand color here. So for our channel, we use normally purple and green. So here you have the brand color, which is the main color, which should be the purple one, and the accent color should be the green one. So I'm going to add the hexadecimal code very quickly here. And there you go. As you can see, you have the purple and the green. And then here, I'm going to add all your social media links. So here, I'm going to add YouTube and Twitter. Okay, and then save. There you go. Very good. So next we have the code snippet. So what is this exactly? You don't need this initially. So maybe if you want to run maybe Google Analytics or something like this, know where the traffic is coming from. Usually it goes in the head of your website. So this is where you add the code basically. Okay. And then you have the vendor onboarding. So right here, as you can see, what do you want them to do when they get on your website? When they're registered, you want to send them an email verification. Make sure they are who they say they are. You want their business details as well, and even identity information. Do you want to check their ID card, contact information, or bank information? So if you need any of those, simply use the toggle switches here. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as is for now. So save, and there you go. As you can see, this is step number 1 completed, and you have the onboarding process here on top. So we can move on to step number 2, is to set up our payment methods. So click on this. So right here, depending on where you're based, you might have more payment method than the one I have here. At the minute, I only have Stripe because I'm based in Ireland. That's the one that fits the country, obviously, But there's a few more as well. You have PayPal, GoPay. I've never used that, to be honest, but you can also have cash on delivery and bank deposit. So that's really up to you, whichever you want to enable. And obviously, to complete this step, you'll have to connect at least one payment method. So if you wanted to connect Stripe, as an example here, click on connect and then go to settings. And right here, as you can see, you have to enter your credentials. So with Stripe, usually you have 2 types of credentials, live credentials and test credentials as well. And in both cases, you have to enter your publishable key, secret key, and client ID as well. And they made it very easy for you to find those details. So to find your keys here, all you have to do is to click on this button here on this link. It's going to bring you to a Stripe account. And as you can see, this is in test mode because this is the test publishable key, obviously, And all you have to do is to copy those keys here. So this one and that one, and then copy and paste them right here. And the same with your client ID. All you have to do is to click on this link again. As I said, they made it very easy for you to find any set of information. And it should normally be right here where it says unavailable at the minute, but you would have normally your live client ID right here, okay? So this is basically how this works. And then after this, you can go back to the top in your payment method and enable any of those payments. So credit card, debit card, even Alipay, Klarna, Affirm, and so on, okay? Now you can enable any other payment method you have available here as well, obviously, So it could be PayPal. So if you wanted to connect PayPal, all you have to do is click on connect and link your account. So same principle again, slightly different steps. You also have to enter your live credentials and your sandbox credentials. So at the minute, what I'm going to do is just to enable cash on delivery for this video. Okay, so as you can see, the payment settings are saved, and we now have completed step 2 of our setup process. Okay, next we go to the payout section. Okay, so first let's address the term payout. What exactly are payouts? Well, it's very simple. You have vendors selling on your platform. So they're going to sell product, you take your commission, whatever's left over is basically their payout, and you have to pay that to them, obviously, So you have 2 different options here, automatic or manual. So this is really up to you. If you want to set that as automatic, you can enable this as well. In most cases, you can leave it as is. And then you have your payout threshold as well. So maybe you want to put in place a minimum balance here, maybe, I don't know, €1,000 or something like this, because you probably have to do that either via bank transfer or via PayPal. If it's via bank transfer, it will require some admin effort. You have to enter the transaction, the bank account, etc., etc. So for this, obviously, it requires time and effort. So in which case you might require a minimum balance, okay? You have the order threshold as well. So that's the order maturation period. So maybe you offer a 14-day cool-off period on your website in order for the customers to send back the goods if they're not happy with them, in which case you might extend that to maybe 20 days just to be sure, So this is your maturation period. And then here, pay in day. When are you processing those payments? It's Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, whichever day you're doing this, obviously, And then all you have to do is to connect any of those two methods here. So either via PayPal or bank transfer. So in our case here, I'm just going to use bank transfer. So click on manage. And first you need to enable it. And right here, as you can see, you have the transaction fee. So you can add a fee on top, obviously, because this is a bank transfer. So you probably have people to pay in your accounting department or something like this, So obviously this doesn't come free. So maybe you want to charge a little something to compensate for this, okay? So it could be maybe, let's say, I don't know, $4.50. So it's either a flat fee or a percentage. So you could add maybe 2.5% or something like this on top, or both. You could charge 2.5 and $4.50 as a flat fee as well, So that's really up to you. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Let's say maybe just $4.50 to process the payment. So save. Very good. And as you can see, now we have step 3 out of 4 completed and one more. So that's the shipping now. So let's click on this. And for this, all you have to do is to click enable here and then enter your shipping location. So where are you shipping to? Is it anywhere in the world? So maybe for digital products or something like this, Or is it everywhere except a few countries or only a few countries? So in our case, let's pretend we only ship to Ireland and perhaps as well the United Kingdom, let's say, okay? So you could click on this and then search for United Kingdom and add it. And there you go. So this could be the countries where we ship to. So Ireland, UK. And then right here underneath, you have your shipping type. So as you can see, you have international and domestic. So if we ship from Ireland to Ireland, this is domestic, and from Ireland to the United Kingdom, this becomes international, okay? So that's basically it, and you can rename them as well if you wanted to. So all you have to do is to click on this and change the name. So maybe domestic, okay? Just like that, and then confirm. Excellent. And then after this, don't forget to click save, and that's us done with the shipping settings and also the onboarding process. Okay, so back to our main dashboard. Let's carry on with the different settings. So let's have a look at our marketplace in the front end. So click on this button here. We'll show you exactly what it looks like. So as you can see on top, we have the search feature, a menu section, categories here, a slider. So this is basically our hero section. A few call to action, our categories again, best-selling products, the store list, and then the footer section. So as you may have noticed, obviously there's no categories here. They're not showing, obviously, because we haven't created them yet. And if you scroll down the page, they're not showing here either. And if you click on view all, obviously they're all missing. So this is the first step we need to take care of, is to add our categories, okay? So let's go back to our dashboard here. We go to products, and right here we have categories. And again, like we said, there's only one at the minute, which is uncategorized, which is really not what we want. So you could delete it if you wanted to, just delete this, okay? And then we can start afresh. So we can add our first category. And again, you have to give it a bit of thought, obviously, So what type of marketplace are we going to build? So like we said, the name of our marketplace is Mr. Web Tech. So maybe everything tech related, okay? So perhaps we could have maybe desktop PC, laptops, maybe tablets, mobile phones, and things like this, okay? So let's start with maybe with desktop PCs, okay? And there is no parent at the minute, but you could create that as well if you wanted to. You could have categories and subcategories. So we're just going to keep it at one level for now. So we're just going to create desktop PC. You can add your description, and obviously you're going to need an image as well. So ideally, you should have the same size image for all your categories, so they will display equally properly in the front end here. You see, a bit the same way we have here. So if we have all the same images, the same size, it'll be absolutely perfect and look seamless, Okay, so let's upload our image together. So I'm going to upload the new file, select file. And as you can see, I've created all these images here. I use DALL-E, basically. It's ChatGPT who created this for us, So we're going to use this one for the desktop PC and then select. Very good. And then save. Okay, so now we have one category done. and then we can create the others. So I'm going to do that very quickly now, okay? And there you have it. As you can see, now we have 6 different categories. So desktop PC, laptops, tablets, mobile phones, printers, and television. And we have 6 different images attached to it as well, and 0 product obviously at the moment, okay? So let's go back to the front end. Let's go back to the top. So we had nothing. So let's refresh and see what happens, okay? Excellent. So as you can see now we have our different categories here, televisions, printers, etc., etc. And if you scroll down the page, well, as you can see, wow, what a difference immediately. As you can see now with all our different images, and it looks really, really professional indeed. And that's why I was saying keep the same ratio, the same size image, and also the same type of background. It looks a lot more professional as well. So this is basically how you can add your categories. And then we have the button here for view all, and if they click on this, well, they have access to all the different categories. And here, as you can see, it's different layout, it's squared images, absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? So that looks very, very professional. And of course, this is going to increase the conversion rate on your website as well. And once you've added your categories, let's move on to the next step, which is to add your brands as well. So obviously, different types of television, different mobile phones, and maybe different computers and all that, they have different brands, you know, so you can create brands as well so that people can look for specific brands on your website as well. So let's create a brand, okay? So the first one, let's say Samsung, why not, you know, could add Samsung. And if you want to add a logo, you can do so as well, or just upload the name on its own. Ideally, I would upload an image. It will look a lot more professional as well, you know. And again, you'd like to have the same size image for all of them for a better outcome in the front end. So let's add the image together. So let's upload Samsung and then select the image. Okay, so upload image, upload file, select file. And you can see I've downloaded quite a few. So I'm going to upload all these. So you can select this one as an example, open, and then select, and then save changes. So this is our first brand. And I'm going to do the same with the others, okay? So there you go, we have all our different brands now, and as you can see, the logo has been uploaded as well next to them. So next, we have to upload our products. So let's go to all products, and from here, you have a few different options. So you can import your products. So maybe you have a CSV file, click on this, and then for this, you'll have to download the sample CSV file just to make sure you follow the same layout. And once you do that, you can map the different columns and then import the content. So it's super easy again. You can load sample products if you wanted to. So instead of creating them separately like we just did, you can import sample products directly from here. So it's going to do that for you automatically. Or you can add them individually one by one. So all you have to do is to click on this button here, add product. So the first step is to enter the title, the product name. So let's say maybe a hard drive, okay? So maybe it's a Western Digital Red Series hard drive. What type of product is it? So is it a standard, so physical product that requires shipping? So this is the case for us, obviously, you know, but you can also sell virtual or downloadable products. So now let's enter a description. So let me copy and paste this from another website here. So there you go. And then the category. So this would be desktop PC, and then we can upload an image as well. So click on this, upload file, and then select file. So this is the one here, open, and then select. Very good. And then here you have attributes and variations. So this is a very handy feature indeed, especially if you sell products that come maybe in different sizes or different colors. So if you're selling t-shirts, maybe they come in different colors, blue, red, yellow, and maybe different sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, etc., etc. Okay. So in our case here for hard drive, this could be suitable as well. So this could be, let's say, the Western Digital Red series, but they might come in maybe 4 terabyte, 6 terabyte, and 8 terabyte. Okay, so let's try this together, and then you can add the attribute. So add attribute. So what is the name? I'm going to put size in terabyte. Okay, and then you have to select the types of text, text area, select, checkbox, radio, multi-select. So in our case here, let's go with checkbox, and then we can add our different options. So let's go with 4 terabyte and then enter. Okay, 6 terabyte, enter, 8 terabyte, enter, and maybe a big one, 12 terabyte as well. And then you can select the default option. So maybe the smallest one, 4 terabyte, and do you want this to be visible? Yes, and then done. And right there, as you can see, we have our different sizes. Now you can create variations as well if you wanted to. So how does this work? Well, variations only work for products of different sizes and colors, or maybe in our case, it could be different size in terabyte and maybe different dimensions as well. So we could have the hard drive maybe in 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch as well, which is different obviously, and then we can create our variations. So let's create a different set of attributes. So like we said, dimension, okay, and again this is going to be a checkbox, and we're going to add 2.5 inch and 3.5 inch, okay, and then the default one will be maybe 3.5 inch. You want this to be visible, and then done. So obviously in this case, the 3.5 inch in 4 terabyte and 2.5 inch in 4 terabyte are not the same price, and this is how you create variations, okay. And to do so, all you have to do is to select all the sizes that you want to include. So let's select, and the same with this one. And then we're going to enable variation to include all of these all together. Now, if you go here at the bottom, enable this, it will generate all the options for us that are available. So let's click on this. And now you have it. As you can see, you have all the different variations that have been created for us. So we have the 4 terabyte in 3.5. but also 4 terabyte in 2.5, and then 6 in 3.5, 6 in 2.5, and so on and so on. So now you can include all the different prices, sale prices, SKU, and barcode immediately from here for all these different products, okay? So let me fill this out very quickly. There you go. So as you can see, you have all the different prices, and maybe those two are on sale at the moment. So scroll down the page, you have your taxes. So do you want to collect taxes on this product, yes or not? If you want to enable this, just select this, and then you can create your taxes. So let's go with the standard rate for now, okay? So right here by the side, you have the status. So draft, published, or on hold. So let's publish this. You can select your brand. So like we said, this is Western Digital. And then you have collections as well, and then your tags. So basically that's all. And then you select a vendor as well. So let's select maybe John Doe here. And that's basically all we need. So after this, you can simply create your product. So click on this button here. So there you go, that's been added now. And now let's go to the front end and have a quick look. Okay, so this is under the desktop PC category. Let's open this. So this is our hard drive. Let's view the details. And there you have it. As you can see, it comes in different sizes. So let's say at 4 terabyte in 3.5 inch, that's 199. In 2.5 is 249. The 6 terabyte in 3.5 is 299. And this one is 319. 8 terabyte, 3.5, and so on and so on. As you can see, we have the different prices. So these are all our different variations, and it's working fantastically. Very easy for your visitors to understand, obviously, And if you scroll down, you have the description, and you also have your related products. So this is not added yet, because obviously you need more than one product for this to display here, obviously, And this system will do that automatically for you. It will fetch product from the same category or maybe the same price range. So this is basically how this works. Now let me show you another amazing feature. Once you've created the product, you can go back in, edit again. So click on the product itself. And if you scroll down the page, you will find a preview of what it looks like in the search engine listing. So this is basically how it looks like on Google and all that, okay? So at the minute, as you can see, there's no SEO description provided. So you can tweak this, obviously, to get found online using the best keywords possible. So at the minute, if you go on top, you will find the slug. So you can edit this, obviously, and based on that slug, you will also have the URL. As you can see, Western Digital Red Hard Drive. So this should normally be your main keyword, obviously, as part of the main URL itself. And then the title as well is very important. Now, obviously, the SEO description is very important also to include very important keywords. So for this, you edit the product SEO, and you're going to enter your meta description here. So perhaps something like this. And as you can see, you can type maximum 160 characters. And again, you have the preview right here. So you can see immediately if it's appealing or not to someone looking for this type of hard drive, So after this, update, and that's basically it. Your product is up to date, and now you can start uploading all the other products. But now, obviously, this being a marketplace, chances are you won't be uploading the products yourself. It's most likely your vendors that will do so themselves. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to open this in a different web browser now. Very good. So for this, I'm using Microsoft Edge. And right here on top, as you can see, you have login and sign up. But this is not to become a reseller. This is for your users, your customers, people who will basically purchase your product on your marketplace. right here on top, we have Become a Seller. So this is where they'll have to click to become a vendor on your website. Okay, so let's click on this link together. And as you can see, you have Start Your Business, Expand Your Reach, and Propel Your Business to new heights with our dynamic e-commerce platform. And all they have to do is to enter name, last name, email address, create a password. They can create the account. So let me fill this out quickly. So there you go. We have our details filled in. So let's create the account. And now we can enter our store name. So our name is John Doe. So maybe JD Computer Supplies or something like this. Okay. And as you can see, the URL will be filled out automatically. And then we have to enter the address. So let's say we live in Ireland, maybe in Dublin. So let's say 123 Talbot Street in city center in Dublin. Okay. And then fill out the rest of the detail if you have to. And then next. And then we can select our plans. I'm going to show you how you can add different plans here if you want them to pay as well. Okay. So get started. Excellent. So we have access to the backend now, and we can start uploading our product as a vendor. So now we have a vendor on the website, and as you can see, they have access to some of the features, but not all of them, obviously, so they don't have full access to the backend. They are vendors on our website. So if they want to add new products, they go to products, all products, and then they can start the same process and add products the exact same way we did. And obviously they have access to all the orders, the shipping method, etc., which makes sense because they'll be the ones sending the products to your customers on your website. And obviously the onboarding process is the same one as we went through. So as you can see here, they have to enter their store details, set up their shipping methods, and set up your payout as well. Obviously they want to get paid. Now, in our settings, it's super easy to follow as well. They can customize the front end as well. So if you go to General here, they can add their own banner and logo. So let's do that together. So upload image, upload file. So I've created one already. So this is the banner and the logo is right here. So let's upload those two. So let's select our banner. So this is the one, and then upload the image. So this is our logo and select as well. So there you go. So this is done. And now we can type a bit of text about us. So there you go, perhaps something like this. And now we can save those changes. Now you can also add team members. So if you go to team here, as you can see, it's just yourself. But maybe you want to have someone else working with you on the website, helping you out, or maybe someone from the accounts department, sales department, whatever it is, you can add them here. All you have to do is to invite a new member. For this, all you have to do is to enter some details, such as email address, phone number, and the designation if you want to give them a special status, and is it active or inactive at the minute. And then after that, you can set all your permissions. So can they access all your products? Can they access SEO? Can they access orders, refund, return, shipment, coupons, etc., etc. So basically everything that's happening on the platform here, you can either give them access or deny them access, obviously. And after this, all you need to do is to send the invitation. Once they accept it, they'll be able to log in to the backend here as well. And then everything else is just the same. You have all your orders here, payments, payout, and plans and bills. So plans and bills here is basically the plan that the vendor is on using your platform, your marketplace. So as you can see at the moment is the free plan, but they can change plan and upgrade as well as they go along. So I'm going to show you in a minute how you can create those plans and how you can charge them as well. But before that, let me show you what the vendors page looks like in the front end. For this, we jump back to Google Chrome. So this is our website again. And right here on top, as you can see, you have store list. If you click on this, it will display all the stores. So this is the one we just created. And this is ourselves here as the admin of the website, obviously, So if you click on that, you'll have the banner, the logo, so that looks very professional, of course, And once they start adding their products, you'll be able to purchase from them directly on your website. Okay, so now let me show you how you can create your different plans. So these are called subscription plans. Okay, so if you click on this, at the moment we only have the free plan. Now you can delete that and start afresh. That's really up to you, So let's create one together just to show you all the different options. If you create a new plan, you can give it a name. So this could be silver, bronze, and gold or something like this, So let's say we're going to create a bronze package, okay? So then you give it a description here. So type your description. And then right here, you can enter all the different details, basically set this up exactly the way you want. So is it a free plan? Yes or no? So if you do so, obviously there's less options because it's free. If it's not, what's the price? So let's say maybe $9.99, okay? Is there a setup fee? Yes or no? So let's say 0.50, okay? 0.50. And what's the billing cycle? Is it every month, every week, every day, every year, or every second month, every third month, every fourth month, and so on, you know? So obviously the most popular one would be every month. And what's the cycle? So billing cycle expires after 1 cycle, 2 cycles, etc., or never. So I would highly recommend you say never, so it renews every month automatically. Do you want to apply taxes? Do you want to enable a trial period as well? If this is the case, for how long? Is it 7 days? Is it maybe a month? Is it a week? Or so and so on and so on. Okay, so basically you can enable this as well. And right here, you have the commission type. So you have flat commission or category commission. So flat commission is for the entire product section. So basically here you enter your commission value. So maybe 5% plus maybe an extra fee, 0.25 or something like this, okay? And then if you wanted to go category by category, you can enable this a little bit like eBay, you know. On eBay and Amazon as well, I believe they have different tier pricing depending on the categories, you know. So if you want to add a category, as you can see, you can expand and then set your different rates based on each category. Obviously, your vendors don't make as much money on maybe on desktop PC that they would on television. So you can increase or decrease the amount here. So it could be maybe 1.2% for televisions. For printers, maybe higher up, maybe 3.5. And then mobile phones, maybe the margin a bit tight on this, maybe 2.5%, and so on and so on. Okay, so for now, we're just going to leave it the way it is, so flat commission rate. And then when it comes to the products, do you want to publish those products directly or not? Do you want to review them before they go live? Just to be sure, you untick this, or you can enable it using the toggle switch. So how many products can they upload using this plan? So let's say maybe 25 physical products, or maybe 50, let's say, okay? And digital products, maybe 10, okay? So this is where you can limit the amount of products they can upload, and this is why they would upgrade, obviously, from one plan to the other if they had more products to upload, and this is how you make more money, obviously, you know? So right here, you have the store settings as well. Do you want to allow them to create coupons, to use multiple addresses, and then how many numbers of staff can they add to the platform as well? So if you leave it blank, it's unlimited, or you can limit that to maybe 3 people or 2 perhaps. And again, this is a nice way for them to upscale to the next one up, to the next plan, and for you to earn more money. And then you have SEO and report setting as well. So once you're done, you create your plan. So I have 2 plans, so the free plan and bronze, and obviously you create more than this, but it's just to show you how this works. And now let's go back to the vendor's dashboard. So we're back to JD Computer Supplies now. So as you can see at the minute is the free plan, but you can change plan. And as you can see, we have access to the bronze, and now they can enroll and pay the $9.99 per month. And they'll be able to upload 10 digital product or 50 digital product, you know. So obviously you wouldn't have the free one here. You would start with bronze, silver, and gold, and perhaps you can provide a free trial period on all of them. And this is basically how you can monetize your website. Okay, so now let's configure everything that's related to the front end. So obviously you can customize literally everything. As you can see at the minute, you have the categories here without a slider next to it. Maybe you don't want to display those categories here. Maybe you want to display them somewhere else. Maybe you want to change the header a little bit. Maybe you don't want those images. Maybe you want the categories first or something else, obviously, you know. So I'm going to show you how you can customize everything top to bottom, okay? So for this, we go back to our dashboard, and this time we go to designs. And as you can see, you have pages and themes as well. So this is the one here, themes. And this is our own theme that we have at the minute, but you can add different themes as well. If you're not fond of this one, you can add another one. All you have to do is click add new theme. And as you can see here, Mega Mall. So it's a different take on this one, basically, you know, a different type of layout. If you prefer this one, you can install it. But I'm going to show you how you can customize this one first, okay? So let's customize this together. So there you go. As you can see, this is the preview of our homepage. And right there, as you can see, you have everything related to the template and the different parts. So you have your header and footer. And right here, you have your homepage, shop, and single product. So we can customize every aspect of our website right from here, okay? So as you can see, again, like I said, this is the preview of the content. And now we can edit the content of our homepage. So all you have to do is to click on this button here, Very good. So we are now inside our Dokan page builder. So it's a very easy to use drag and drop page builder. So as you can see here, you have all the different elements you can use on your page. And there's quite a few, to be honest, very, very handy indeed. And right there, this is basically the content of your page. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a container. Inside our container, we have different elements. So this one is a category list. This one is a slider. Here we have our category grid. Underneath it, we have our product grid and also our vendor list. So this is basically how you can customize everything. Now, by the side, you have this button here. You can click on this. These are your different layers. So this is basically the structure of your page, the hierarchy of your page, okay? So you can go from one to the other. As you can see, this is a container. Inside this one, you have two different containers. And if you hover on top of them, it will show you where it is on the page. So if you wanted to customize this one, you have the slider, click on it. And then you can customize each aspect of each element individually, obviously, So as you can see, if you go here in this container, this is an image. And again, you can customize literally everything top to bottom. So let's close this for now. So let's say you have your categories here. Click on this, okay? So let's say, for an example, you don't want those categories displayed here. You just want the slider, and that's basically it. What you can do is to click on the main container and delete it. And there you go. Now it's gone. And then you could make this one bigger, use your handle and make the container wider, obviously, and adapt it to the size of your screen, obviously, Now, let's say you made a mistake. You want your categories back. Well, you go here on top, undo, and that's basically it, okay? So as you can see, it will adjust the size first and it will bring back the categories. So don't worry if you make a mistake. You can always go one step backwards or one step forward, either way, And again, you can customize every element individually. So if I click on those categories here, you can see you have a few different tabs here. So this is related to your content. So as you can see, you have the title. So if I was to type XXX, as you can see, we'll change the title, okay? So again, this is for each and every element. And then you can set your categories here. As you can see, which categories do you want to show all, or select a few. So let's say if I wanted to show only graphics cards, memories, motherboard, and processors, well, there you go. These are the only categories that will display. So again, as you can see, that's a very, very comprehensive solution, isn't it? And then you have your category card as well. So do you want to show the title, show all categories here at the bottom? So that's really up to you, if you want to show that or not. And the title, that's basically what it is, So the title is here, categories. Do you want to show that or not? Again, that's just a matter of preferences. And then you have your preset as well. So you can select among different presets. So at the minute we have this one, design 1. We can select design 2. As you can see, that looks slightly different. Again, it's just a matter of preferences. And then inside every element, you have your styling feature. So you have the padding here. So that's basically how much spacing you want all around it. A bit of breathing space, or you might want to increase that a little bit. And then maybe you want to change the background color for it to stand out a little bit. So for this, you go to background color and then select the color you want to add. So maybe a purple like this, and there you go. Immediately different feel altogether. If you want to remove it, just remove it. And there you go, you've removed your background color. And then you can change everything related to your font. So this is typography, the size, the weight, if you want to transform it, and so on and so on. So obviously, there's lots of features here that you can customize. And again, what I wanted to emphasize is that it's customizable for each and every element individually. So how can you move sections around? Let's say you like those images, but maybe you want the categories to be first. All you have to do is to click on the container itself, the main container. There you go. And as you can see, if you hover on top, you have a small hand showing up. You can grab it and then display it on top. And that's basically how this works, So super easy to use, like I said. Now, let's say you don't want those images at all. Click on the main container. Again, delete it. And there you go. All you have is your main categories, your products, and your store vendors. And you can do the same, obviously, with all these different containers, So let's go back and let's add it again the way it was. And now let's pretend you want to add a container, maybe in about a section in between, okay? Or maybe between those two here somewhere, you want to add something about yourself. As you can see, if you hover on top, you can add a container. Click on the plus sign, and then you can select the size and the layout. So maybe you want to add 2 columns, 3 columns, maybe 4, 5, etc., etc. So maybe you can add a picture of yourself and about us here. Maybe this one would be suitable, okay? There you go. As you can see, we have a new container here, and now you can add your elements. So let's say we're going to add an image here, perhaps, okay? So this could be our premises. So let's upload an image. So let's upload a new file. Select, so I found a building here. Maybe that's a nice picture you could use, and then select. Very good. And now we can add maybe a heading and then some content here. Okay, so again, we go back here. So I'm going to add a heading, drag and drop. Okay, so our heading here, we're going to say about us. Okay, and again, you can customize literally everything. If you go to style, you can change the color, you can change the font. So let's say we're going to select a different font, perhaps Montserrat or something like this, you know. Okay, so and then you can change the weight as well. So let's go maybe with bold for this one. Okay, and now we can add the content of our about us. So let's go back here. We're going to add text. We're going to add it after it, just like this. Okay, so obviously at the moment they're displaying one next to each other, but you can change this if you click on the main container itself. As you can see, of the direction. So this is horizontal and this would be vertical. Okay, so it's going to display underneath. So let's click on that again. I'm just going to copy and paste some description here. So Control V. So why choose us, da 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 da. Okay, so this is maybe a bit too lengthy, so I'm just going to remove this in the middle. That's maybe too much, and just like this. Okay, very good. And then remove the spacing in between, and this should be just about perfect. Now we need to add a bit of spacing between about us and this, so we can remove about us as well. We don't need this. We go to advanced, so we go right here. So we're going to try 20 first. Okay, see what happens. Okay, so let's try maybe 30 instead. A bit of breathing space, so this is just perfect now. Okay, and then as always, don't forget to click save every now and again, just to make sure that you don't lose your work. Okay, now because this isn't about us, I would add a background color maybe on the main container. So if you go to style and then we go to background, add a background color, select the color, so not too dark, not too bright either. And then I'd like to add a bit of breathing space all around it. So we go to layout, padding, and I'm going to add maybe 50, see what happens. Okay, and we need to link this all over. Okay, so this is fine now, perfect. And then obviously you're going to add a bit of breathing space on top as well. So I'm going to try maybe 40 here and see what happens. See, I'm happy enough with this. And maybe you want to have those corners rounded up a bit. We go to borders. So I'm going to add them all over. So I'm going to add maybe 10 here. And yeah, that's perfect now. So don't forget to save your work as well. And now let's go back to the front end and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what our page used to be like. So let's refresh. Very good. So let's scroll down the page. And as you can see now, we have our About Us section. So when it comes to your categories here, or even your products or the store list, you can customize everything as well. As you can see at the moment, we have 2 rows of 5 products across 5 categories, sorry. So you can customize this as well, obviously, you know. So all you have to do is to go back to your page builder, scroll down the page. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a grid. And then from here, you can define how many columns and rows you want to display. So let's say we're going to go with maybe 3 columns and maybe 3 rows. Now you're displaying 9 products in total, but obviously they'll be slightly bigger. Maybe you want to display only 2 rows, but perhaps 5 columns or 4 columns. Again, it's just a matter of preferences, okay? Now, as you can see, those images are rounded. Maybe you want them to be squarish instead. Well, we go to the styling feature here. We go to image. And right there, as you can see, we have border radius of 50. So what we're going to do is basically set it to 0. And there you go. Now we have square images. Maybe you want them to be slightly rounded, maybe 5. And there you go. That's up to you again, you know, just a matter of preferences. I kind of like it like this, to be honest, you know. Now, if you go back to content, again, you can customize everything that'll be displayed here. So for your categories, which categories do you want to display? All of them or selected ones? In which case, you can set exactly which categories you want to display on your home page. And then you have the category card as well. What you want to display, the image, the title, product count as well, perhaps, you know, or maybe just the title or just the image. Again, this is really up to you, you know. Then you have your preset again. So this is by default design 1, but you can try design 2. Again, like I said, it's just a matter of preferences. So I think it's cool the way it is. I think it looks pretty nice. And as always, don't forget to save from time to time as well, okay? And once this is done, always go back to the front end and make sure it displays properly. And there you go. Look at this, guys. This looks absolutely amazing. A very professional looking website indeed. Very good. So there are different aspects again that we can customize. So if you go back to your page editor here, click on this button. As you can see, you can select your shop as well. So your shop page can be fully customized as well. Top to bottom, you know, same principle. Go to shop, click edit. And right there, as you can see, you have all the different elements. So this will be the title, the header of your page. And here you have the filters, you have the ratings, stock availability. So if you click on this, as you can see, filter by price, and then button should say apply, okay? Now that's really up to you. You might want to rename this, change the title as well, or get rid of it altogether. Here we have an element called rating filter. Again, same principle, you can customize everything here, and availability as well. Now, if you go back to your elements, you will find them here as well. So if they're not here on your template already, you can always add them as a drag and drop feature, obviously, you know. So right here, what do we have? We have a product list. So here you can customize how many you want to display on your page. So as you can see, you can select the layout first, grid or slider. And then if it's a grid, how many columns and how many rows. So that's really up to you, you know. You can select as many as you want, maybe 4 columns. As you can see, we'll change the layout slightly. And how many rows in total? So maybe 4 in total. And that's basically it. Then you'll have 16 products per page. Do you want to show the pagination? So basically, once you have multiple page of results, it will show page 1, page 2, and it can jump from one to the other, you know. The sorting drop down, as you can see here, newest first, or perhaps lowest first, or highest first, and then the product count as well. And this way you can show how many products are available, you know. Now, if you go to products, you can also change the settings here. As you can see, you can have from the latest by category, specific product on sale, and then you can sort them as well by specific orders. Now, the product card itself, so the card is basically how this will display. So as you can see, you have the product image. So I think that you need it, you know. Do you want to show the title? Do you want to show the price? You want to show the add to cart button? The product rating. So maybe you don't need the product rating, just the price on its own, you know. And that's basically it. As you can see, you can customize each aspect of your page individually, like we said, you know. And you can also use presets. So this is just to make things easier and faster for you. So at the minute is design number 1, but you can select design number 2, design number 3, design number 4. As you can see, these cards are slightly different. Now, again, it's just a matter of preferences, you know. So this is how you can customize your shop page as well. So now let's go back here, and then obviously you'll be able to do the same with the single product page. So individual pages for each product. As you can see, every element is customizable as well. All you have to do is click edit, and then you can customize your page as you see fit, okay? So this is basically how you can customize each internal pages individually. And then obviously you can do the same with your header and footer section. So if I click on the header now, you can also edit the content the same way, and you would do the same with your footer. So we're not going to cover this. This is pretty self-explanatory now. And then finally, the very last step, once you are ready to launch your website, you need to link that to an actual domain name. So you go to settings, you go to general, you go under domain here. So again, this is the temporary URL we've been provided by Dokan. But you can add your actual domain name, obviously, you know. And for this, all you have to do is to click Add Custom Domain and type your domain name here. So mrweb.tv, for instance, and then save. And here you have a few different instructions. So basically here you need to add a CNAME and an A record with your registrar. You might have to ask them how to do that, or if you know how to do so, well, basically that's all you have to do. Those 2 records here, add them. And once you've done so, you can come back here and verify the DNS, and your domain name will be linked directly to your marketplace. And finally, we have the integration as well. So here you can connect your store to third-party services, plugins and apps as well. So for instance, do you want to enable the live chat so that your vendors and customers can chat to each other? Do you want to install MailChimp perhaps to drive traffic and sales with email and marketing automation? Do you want to send SMS notifications to your customers? Perhaps enable some analytics as well? Or do you want to migrate from another marketplace? As you can see with this feature here, you can easily migrate from various multi-vendor marketplaces in just a few clicks. So all together, guys, as you can see, that's a pretty round-up solution, super easy to use, and also highly optimized for high conversion rate. So there you have it, guys, an amazing solution indeed. Now, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below, and don't forget to take full advantage of their 40-day trial. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.